What happens when things get paranormal in Gotham City? Is the Dark Knight prepared to handle this kind of threat? Well, let's hop on in together and find out, shall we? Alrighty then, so as the comic opens up, Batman is interrogating an upside-down hobo, just an average day that ends in Y for him. It seems that a fanatical cult has kidnapped a young boy named Joshua for some nefarious ends, and Batman is out to try and save the kid. The leader of this cult turns out to be all too familiar to Batman. It's Deacon Blackfire, yeah, the bad guy from the cult. He used to just be an evil human, now he's an evil ghost with a bunch of ghost powers. And a nice bit of continuity, Batman says, hey, didn't this Spectre destroy you in Batman Eternal? Blackfire's game is more or less the same as it ever was. Break Batman's spirit, amass a cult of followers made up of the disenfranchised of Gotham City, and lastly regain his corporeal form by possessing this Joshua kid. Now all throughout the issue, this story plays with this idea of, is Gotham truly cursed? Does Batman actually do enough to address the needs of those downtrodden by society, or is he more interested in beating up supervillains for his own selfish self-worth? We also get into a little bit of paranormal realism here. You see, Batman sees all the cult members as horrible Cthulhu monsters. Do they really look like that, or is this just Blackfire screwing with them? The cult is amassed by the bat symbol with plans to smash it. Joshua the kid seems to be leading the way. Batman tries to talk him down, saying that Gotham isn't cursed, that there truly is some good here. But the Dark Knight once again ends up getting dragged down by a sea of angry homeless people, and he would have succumbed to this too if it was not for the late intervention of the visions of all of his sidekicks, the people he's helped. Why, the writer of this one-shot even remembers that Duke is a thing, isn't that nice? A lot of this is dispelled as an illusion. The Joshua kid hasn't really turned to the dark side. Blackfire is just trying to make Batman think he is to try and break both of their spirits, because Blackfire can only possess the kid's body when enough people believe in the evils of Gotham. This all ends up leading to one heck of an interesting standoff. Batman is cornered by the cultists, but he can't just hit them because they're regular everyday people. Instead, he opts to, and this is a crazy one here, actually use his words, saying that Deacon Blackfire is a false prophet who's promised them salvation, but is only doing so to further his own nefarious means. Not everyone in the cult is ready to hear the truth just yet, but some do, and because of that, we end up seeing a major schism between the two forces. In fact, some people even fight alongside Batman. Again, this issue plays a lot with darkness as a metaphor, so it's only right that Batman saves the day when he decides to light up a flash grenade, incapacitating all the other cult members. And just to push that leitmotif a little further too, once the kid is saved, he only asks that he get to watch the sun rise with Batman. Batman's final internal monologue saying that Gotham isn't cursed, it's only the will of evil men that he will spend the rest of his life warring against that makes it a bad place. And so that was Detective Comics number 982, everyone, and overall I gotta say this was actually a pretty solid one-shot, especially because from what I understand this was a really quickly put together little filler issue. Before we get to the next Edward Hill arc, I gotta say Michael Morsi does a pretty good job writing a paranormal Batman. It's a side of the character that so often gets forgotten. And if you're gonna riff on paranormal Batman, then what better story to draw inspiration from than the cult of all things. Special note should also be given to the art on this one. It's wonderfully creepy and horrific. It really helps put this thing over the top. Overall, I ended up enjoying this one way more than I thought I would, an 8 out of 10.